Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk. Wow.
Oh my God. Wow.
Tyson Fury, Frank Warren. Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn. There's no excuse. So let's just have a quick recap. We're going to go back over and have a quick recap then. So let's just have a recap of who we think is going to win. Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk. Wow.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, wow,
And we
wow,
see
wow.
the old Tyson come slipping out.
Straight back into it. Starting off on the balcony. Who's that sausage?
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah,
Funny.
mate.
And
But I'll tell you
Usyk is
what,
always
though,
dignified, isn't he?
you know, old Tyson's trying to use his size and power, bending over, all like that on Usyk. And in the end, Usyk was like, get away. You know what I mean?
You know, I don't think there's any fear from any of the guys, if I'm perfectly honest.
Nah.
They're not scared of one another. Definitely not.
But I'll tell you what, how classy is Usyk?
Do you know something? Alex Krasuk, right, which is Usyk's sort of manager guy. I reached out to him, before the fight. He's going, oh, stay in touch, stay in touch. Let me tell you something about Usyk. When we were there in Poland, right, and he was dancing around at the weigh-in. By the way, just to let you know, it was like 468 degrees outside.
Oh.
And they decided to do the open workout and the weigh-in, right, outside. I mean, Jesus, I was dying.
It was so hot.
I mean, it was quite a close call. But Usyk is such a grounded champion that it's unreal. You wouldn't even know because he's got the time for everybody.
Yeah.
He bumped into an old pal of mine, in an old boxing colleague or training partner of mine, Richie Brown. He bumped into him at the airport, and there's a picture of Richie up on Facebook.
Listen, right, you'd think Usyk wasn't even a professional boxer, he's just a normal Joe Blogs, because the way he just stops and talks to you like you're normal.
Yeah,
and
he
normal.
conducts himself. He's just such a fantastic guy. I mean, he made Coogan a cup of tea a couple of years ago, didn't he? But that was when he was undisputed cruiserweight world champion. Do you know what I mean? So he is so grounded and so down to earth. Such a nice character, and he really does have a nice character. But most of these guys, they do have nice characters out the ring. I mean, we see them outside of the boxing. So we see them, they do their presses, they do the G'ing up. And then you get to talk to them. You know, and when you look at the particular people like Tyson Fury, he's coming out there, he's really aggressive on stage, he's selling the fight, he's doing a great job, and all the rest of it. And you go back, he's actually quite a sweet soul when you can talk to him without the cameras on him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. He's a nice person, but, you know, he's a showman. That is what Fury is. He's a showman. He knows how to act, to get people rolled up and all that. I think he gets off on it, to be honest.
Well, I'll tell you something. I think he does, and I think it's the event is called Ring of Fire, February 17th. It is going to be absolutely awesome. But I think the Saudis and Riyadh season have got a problem. It's going to be very difficult to stack that card like they've stacked the December 23rd card. I'm going to go for a Fury win.
Nah, I'm gonna go for an Usyk, I think. Not because I don't like Fury, I love Fury, but I've just got a feeling Usyk might just nick it. It's got the edge.
Ooh.
And it's nothing against Fury. I think it's brilliant. I love him, man, no matter what he's like. But I just feel like Usyk, he's a cool, calm, collected geezer. Yeah. That's the only reason why I think Usyk might just edge over him and have that win.
Well, so yeah, well,
I don't think there's going to be a knockout either way. I think it's going to go the distance, but Usyk is going to box his head off. Both of them are going to box his heads off, but I think Usyk just got it a little bit more. That's all.
So for all Facebook fans just joining us now, I forgot to press the go live button.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way, yeah.
Hi guys, want to enjoy one of our $50 prizes every month? Simply subscribe to our social media channels, tag your friends, and enjoy the content. Get boxing.
Wow.
Don't worry, it's been going out live on YouTube. This has been a design. Our production crew are going to go absolutely mad when they get this first thing in the morning. But don't worry, next week we'll have it ironed out, mate, won't we? Ironed out. Or I'll get ironed out, one of the two. So, Bivol Arthur, who you got?
Bivol.
Yeah, Bivol for me. Joshua Wallin.
I want it to be Joshua.
Right. Yeah, but not because you think he's better, but because you just want to see him versus
Wilder.
Yeah, I think Joshua's going to win that. Wilder Parker.
Sorry, say it again.
Wilder versus Parker.
Oh, Wilder.
I'm going Parker.
Right.
Dubois versus Miller.
Go on, Dubois. Yeah. Get in there.
Yeah, I want Dubois to win that as well. Sanchez versus Faye.
Let's go Sanchez.
I'm going to go Faye, just because I like to be different. Hrgovic Demori.
Oh, Hrgovic.
Yeah, absolutely. Hrgovic versus Demori. Now, yes. Demori is just there as a punch bag. Let's be honest about that. Let's be honest about that. He's going to get himself... I do hope we're wrong. I want them to be competitive fights, guys, but I do think he's going to get punched up. You know, I do think he's going to get punched up. But Hrgovic, once again, should be way ahead of Ngannou.
Yeah, definitely.
And another fight that's on this card. So the last fight I want to talk about as well, Makhmudov. Now, we saw this guy for the first time, didn't we, the other day on the undercard of, if memory serves, the last fight in Dubai under Tyson Fury.
Wow.
And we called it, I think he might have Tourette's. He's the guy that twitches a lot, guys, yeah?
Yes.
And I tell you something, he has got the most evil look in boxing. And it's not just evil, it's frightening. I mean,
listen, the geezer's a unit, isn't he? Yeah. He's up here, back this way.
Yeah. He's an absolute monster.
Got arms longer than my legs.
Yeah, that's it. And I'll tell you something, right? I really love the guy. Just his look alone makes me want to... I want to watch his fights. I want to see how he performs. I want to see how he's going to do at that level. He's fighting Gabriel, so although I think it's a test for him, I think he'll come through. And you know, what an extreme! So anyway, so to round it up, I want to thank His Excellency. I want to thank the people of Saudi and obviously the King and the Prince of Saudi for putting on all of this Riyadh season. It's got a fantastic card.
I'll tell you what,
Never ever been seen before.
It's going to be a tough card to beat. This is,
as I say, if you wanted to make this the biggest card ever in boxing history, and you had another 200 million to throw at it, you'd put Canelo in there and Fury in there, and you couldn't get a bigger card.
No,
you couldn't get a bigger. Sorry, Sonny, don't get upset with me for saying things like that. I know Sonny versus Bam's coming up. We know that. But I don't think it would get. I don't think for sport, for world boxing, it's going to get any bigger than that. Really isn't.
No, that is the ultimate. It should be called the ultimate card of the year. This should be.
And then the day of reckoning. And I do hope, like we said before, both Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren from Matchroom and Queensbury, respectively, actually work together a heck of a lot more. Because I've got massive respect.
They only work 2 or 3 times a year, but it's going to be like each time they work, it's going to be like a spectacular show.
It's just unparalleled, isn't it, in British boxing?
Yeah.
And they've got the
100%.
ability now. This is the bit that puts my bit between the teeth, because we're going to go on to it in a minute. Tyson Fury, Frank Warren, Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn. There's no excuse that you couldn't make it work. Please, for British boxing,
for all the gods, get them fighting.
Get that fight done. I don't care if he fights Wilder next or he fights Fury next. But that for British boxing would be absolutely epic. Don't forget, guys, hit us up in the comments. Many thanks also to Cornbread. And if you want to have a vote on all the fights that do not end up in a knockout, download our app. You've got a link down there. You just scan the QR code and you can vote on who you think win. Anyway, so let's move over.
It's all free.
It is all free. No adverts, no nothing. Now, let me tell you something, guys. Let me tell you. Not only was that mad press conference announced on the only week of the entire since COVID broke out, I have been sick. And it could not happen to a worse person. I decided It just couldn't happen at a worse time. And the very next day, I've got Matt Rich from over at Queensbury. Big up. I've got Daniel Barnard from over at Matchroom going, turn up. For all these different events. Fantastic, right? The very next day, and I'm like, I can't. I've got COVID. And I was like, oh. So anyway, Makhmudov versus Kabayel.
I might go Makhmudov.
Yeah, I'm going Makhmudov. The absolute unit with 52-foot arms. And the last one, Opetaya versus Zorro.
Oh, it's got to be Opetaya, mate. Definitely.
Absolutely. And of course, the February 17th card with Tyson Fury called Ring of Fire. And you are going Usyk.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going Usyk. It's not got anything against Fury. Like I said before, I love Fury. I think he's a fantastic fella. But I've just got this feeling Usyk might just nick it on the edge. You know what I mean? I've just got that feeling.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
But even if Fury lost, I still want him to fight Joshua.
Well, do you know what? I totally agree. Totally agree. I just want to see.
I don't want to see a Joshua Usyk fight for the third time for him to lose again, and I don't want to see a fourth Wilder and Fury to watch him lose again.
No, I totally agree with you. Anyway, so let's move on. Boxing, up and coming fights for this week. We're going to Ireland on Wednesday. No, Thursday. I'm going to
Dublin.
Yeah, we're going to Dublin.
Guess where we go straight to?
We're going straight to the press conference is where we're going.
No,
after, right, yeah. Go on, tell the people at home.
We're going to go to the Black Folds. Hopefully, McGregor's in there.
Hopefully. Well, he's probably going to be there anyway, supporting Katie, isn't he? So, yes, we're going for dinner. If you guys want to join us, 9 o'clock.
He could be in camp for his own fight in the UFC.
Well, yeah, this is true. So 9 o'clock at the Black Forge in Dublin. That's where we're going to be. If you wanted to catch up with us, anyone who's going out there to the fight, we'll be happy to sit down and chat.
You might not recognise us because we're actually going to be wearing
smart clothes,
not tracksuits.
I only own one pair of shoes, one shirt, one bloody pair of trousers. That is all I own.
All that's going to change because this week you're going shopping.
Yeah, I have. Connor, what are you making me do? So, Cameron Taylor, there's a few bits and pieces on the undercard there. So let's go through the undercard. Giorgio Visioli. Now, this is a guy who's just signed with Matchroom, so we're looking forward to seeing his first fight. He's making his debut. You've got Thomas Carty's fighting on that show with the opponent to be arranged. Although we'll probably find out who that is. John Cooney versus Liam Gaynor. Emmett Brennan versus Jamie Morrissey. Paddy Donovan versus Danny Ball. And that's for the WBA Continental Welterweight title. That'll be interesting. Yeah. Sky Nicholson versus Lucy Wildheart for the WBC Interim World Featherweight title. Gary Cully is back versus Reece Mould, the WBA Continental European Lightweight title there. I
just want to stop you there. I hope Cully uses his height and reach this time.
Yeah. Don't get caught.
He messed up against the Mexican, and I hope he's learned from that mistake and he uses height and reach. That's all I've got to say.
And of course, headlining at the 3 Arena in Dublin, Chantel Cameron versus Katie Taylor for the Undisputed Super Lightweight Championship, which just so happens to be Chantel's belts, which we thought was a bit wrong. It should have been Katie Taylor's, and when I spoke to Eddie about it, he said,
it's in the rematch clause as her belts again. But I feel it could be the same result.
And of course, in America, you're going to have Benavidez versus Andrade, and that card's pretty stacked as well. Jamel Charlo versus Jose Benavidez Jr. You've got Hector Luis Garcia versus Lamont Roach for the WBA World Super Featherweight title, and Subriel Mateus versus Shohojan Ergashev. If I've said that wrong, I do apologise, for the IBF World Super Lightweight title. Then you have Benavidez versus Demetrius Andre for the WBC Interim World Super Middleweight title. And that is the end of that for this weekend's boxing. Don't forget, if you are in the UK, there's lots of small hall shows that you can support. We'd be proud to mention them to you, so don't forget if you can. I'll just quickly run through a Max, why not? If you...
Yes, go on.
Well, that's it. That's it. We just quickly run through a few. No, we won't. We'll run through a few later. So I forgot my list. But guys, don't forget to support the local small hall boxing. We're going to be back with an episode of Gotcha In, which is going to go over all of the fights that have just happened this weekend, and what a couple of cracking knockouts we've got to review. There was an awful lot going on at the weekend. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for myself. Thank you once again to our sponsors, Cornbread Hemp. And also, if you want to download our app and have your say about the fights, and you want to watch some of the older fights, please feel free. And it'd be an absolute pleasure. Just scan the QR code on the bottom there. It is totally free. Once again, thanks very much. Take care. God bless. And we'll see you again soon.
See you later.
Bosh.